You wake up Monday morning and tell yourself, this time, I'm getting serious. You make a new schedule. You promise yourself you'll train harder, work harder, eat better, stop wasting time, and finally become disciplined. For a few days, everything feels different. Then you miss a workout. You waste an hour on your phone, you procrastinate on something important, and suddenly you feel like you're back at zero. So you watch another motivational video, make another plan, set another goal, and start over. You think your problem is a lack of discipline, but there is a deeper possibility. You may be trapped in self-improvement itself, because the more you chase a better version of yourself, the more you can start believing that the version of you standing here right now is never enough. And that is where Stoicism changes the entire game. The Stoics weren't obsessed with becoming impressive. They were obsessed with becoming good, and those are not the same thing. Think about what most men call improvement: more money, a better body, more confidence, more productivity, more status, more attention. None of these things are automatically bad. The problem begins when they become evidence you use to decide whether you're finally worthy of respecting yourself. You tell yourself, once I make more money, I'll feel successful. Once I get in shape, I'll feel confident. Once I'm more disciplined, I'll finally respect myself. But notice what happens. You reach the goal, and another goal appears. You lose the weight. Now you need more muscle. You get the promotion. Now you need more money. You become more productive. Now you feel guilty for not doing enough. The finish line keeps moving, and eventually, self-improvement stops being development. It becomes self-rejection with better branding. That is the trap. But there is an even deeper problem. You may be measuring progress by the wrong scoreboard. You ask, how much have I changed? The Stoic asks, how did I behave? Those questions sound similar. They aren't. Imagine someone insults you at work. The old version of you immediately fires back. You spend the next 3 hours replaying the conversation in your head. Then you tell yourself you need to become more emotionally controlled. But a week later, somebody says something else. This time, you're still angry. But you don't retaliate. You answer directly. You finish your work. You go home without carrying the argument around all night. Nothing about your appearance changed. Nobody gave you a medal. But something important happened. Your character was practiced. That's Stoic progress. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly brought himself back to the work required of him, rather than waiting to feel like doing it. The question wasn't, do I feel motivated today? It was closer to, what is my role, and what does this moment require? That changes everything. Because now motivation is no longer the evidence that you're improving. Your behavior is. And this exposes another trap. You can become addicted to learning about the person you want to become instead of actually becoming him. You watch videos about discipline, read about confidence, research productivity, build the perfect morning routine, download another habit tracker, and somehow, at the end of the day, you still haven't done the thing you said you would do. You know what discipline looks like, but knowledge isn't discipline. Knowing what courage means isn't courage. Knowing stoicism isn't practicing stoicism. Musonius Rufus placed enormous importance on training and practice because understanding a principle without exercising it doesn't transform your character. Think about that the next time you consume another piece of motivation. If you already know what you should do, why are you looking for another explanation? Maybe you don't need more information. Maybe you need another opportunity to practice. This is where the Stoic approach becomes practical. Stop measuring yourself by the image of the man you want to become. Measure yourself by the decisions you make when nobody is watching. Did you keep your word? Did you do the difficult task instead of avoiding it? Did you tell the truth when lying would have been easier? Did you stay fair when you were angry? Did you resist the impulse that would have made your life worse? Did you handle failure without turning it into an attack on your identity? Those moments look small. They aren't. They are where character is built. Because a man doesn't become disciplined when he finally feels disciplined. He becomes disciplined through hundreds of moments where he does what needs to be done despite how he feels. That's why your ordinary life is more important than your perfect plan. Your commute, your workplace, your relationship, your gym session, your finances, your phone, your next conversation. Those are the training grounds. And there's one more part of this trap that most people miss. You may be waiting for your future self to finally give you permission to respect your present self. You think, when I become that man, then I'll be satisfied. But that creates a strange problem. You're asking a future version of yourself to provide something you refuse to practice now. Respect, discipline, courage, self-respect. The Stoic answer is not to stop improving. It's to stop treating your current life like a waiting room. You don't become courageous after life stops being difficult. You practice courage because life is difficult. You don't become disciplined after everything becomes convenient. You practice discipline when convenience gives you a reason not to. You don't become calm after everyone starts treating you perfectly. You practice composure when someone gives you every reason to lose it. The situation you keep wishing would disappear may be the exact situation giving you the opportunity to become who you claim you want to be. So tomorrow, don't create another giant transformation plan. Do something smaller. When you wake up, identify one responsibility you've been avoiding. Do it. When someone irritates you, pause before responding. When you make a promise, keep it. When you fail, study the failure instead of turning it into an identity. And at the end of the day, don't ask, did I become a completely different man today? Ask, did my actions move in the direction of the man I say I want to be? That's a much harder question, but it's also one you can answer every single day. Because the goal was never to become a perfect version of yourself. The goal is to become someone whose actions increasingly match his principles, and once you understand that, you stop needing every day to feel like a transformation. You start treating every day as training. That's the difference between chasing self-improvement and actually becoming better.